and welcome back to this week's Self-Love Masterclass. My name is Renee. I'm a self-love teacher, coach, doula, and a Reiki master. And every single week we come back to this channel to explore new ways to develop our self-esteem, our self-worth, and to create the inner wisdom so that we can manifest the life of our dreams. Before I even get into this week's topic, I want to say thank you to all of you who left me such sweet comments on Instagram and even here on YouTube about the last video that I did. If you haven't seen the video, do not worry. I'm going to link it here and in the description box below so that you can go and check it out now. In this video, I'm so excited to talk to you about this because I feel that there are a lot of myths and beliefs that are circulating out there in the world and even in the spiritual community that are creating a lot of pressure for people, but also causing a lot of us to be blocked, held back, and to struggle. Before we dive into the video, I do want to let you know, if you're a note taker, that now's the time to pause the video and go grab whatever you need to make notes. Or if you prefer, you can watch this video again on the Self-Love Masterclass playlist, which has all of the other self-love masterclasses there. It's a public playlist and you can come back and watch this at any time. The first belief that I definitely believe is damaging us is this idea that spiritual people do not lose their temper and do not get angry. I think that this comes from this idea that there is something wrong with anger or that experiencing anger is bad. I think feeling anger is important, and I think it is more about how quickly you process the anger than actually experiencing the anger. Strive to be someone who experiences anger but processes it or lets it go more quickly, and someone who, if they do lose their temper, is responsible and cleans that up with the people around them. Number two is this idea that spiritual people, they just don't make mistakes. They don't repeat lessons. I will often hear people talk about spiritual mentors or teachers or, even their friends and say, oh my God, this person really doesn't have it together. Didn't they see that that was a pattern? Didn't they see this happening to themselves? Like, how did they do that again? I really want all of us to understand that in our lives, all of us will have major patterns and minor patterns. And when we are dealing with a major pattern, it typically takes people, I won't even give a number because I don't want to lock it into a number. We usually will repeat the lesson over and over and over again because it is a master lesson. And if you think about the things that we, whenever we're trying to develop a skill of any kind, when we are trying to master it, we usually make a lot of mistakes, especially if it's an intricate and complex skill. And we usually have to practice it like over and over and over again before we master it and we can level up. The same is true when it comes to an emotional pattern or to some kind of a major life lesson. And also, the other thing is, master patterns that you repeat usually have a lot to do with what you'll do in your life's purpose. So it's happening for a reason. It's not a bad thing. Number three is this idea that spiritual people, if they're truly spiritual, they don't want abundance, they don't want to accumulate wealth because that is greedy and corrupt. Now, this is a very old school idea. And, I think now what more and more of us are understanding is that it's not about what you have, it's about what you do with what you have. The new way to see this is that when you have more, you also have more to share and more to give. So if you have more time, more energy, more money, you can actually do more with all of that. If you want things, love that, enjoy that, know that that is something that is personal to you. And it's more important what you do with the things that you acquire than actually just having it or not having it. Number four is this whole idea that the more enlightened you become, the better you are than other people, the smarter you are, or the better your life is. And I hate to break it to you all, but that just really isn't true. You know, we all have a life to live, and that life is loaded with all different kinds of challenges and lessons and things that we need to learn, because that's what actually has us grow and expand. And remember, life is also about relationships. And as long as you are in relationships with other people, whether that be platonic, romantic, business, whatever, you are always going to have ups and downs. There are always going to be struggles and triumphs. So no one's life is any better than any other person's life from a physical standpoint. It is all a matter of how you view things and how you view life that determines whether you have an easier life or a more difficult life. I think the last one that I'm going to leave you all with is one that's a bit open-ended, and it is: spiritual people don't do, and you fill in that blank, because there is a lot of judgment out there about what a spiritual person should look like, how they should act, how they should dress, how they should think, how they should eat, what religion they should be, or should they not have a religion at all. And so my invitation to all of us is to understand that anytime we are doing a comparison and anytime we are judging another human being, we are dishonoring and disrespecting that person's journey and that person's experience of whatever life is supposed to be for them. And this goes, you know, this is true for us. The same judgment that we place on other people is the same judgment that we inflict on ourselves. You don't have to be anything or not something to be spiritual. Spirituality is a journey for you. And as you let yourself just be you, you will find that the journey is much more enjoyable and much more peaceful. My friends, at the end of the day, it is so important that we take a look at the things that we believe, the things that we think, and the things that we say to ourselves. It is up to us to really determine if these beliefs, these ideas, if they actually empower us or not. If they are blocking us, then it is important for us to let them go and to find beliefs that actually empower us to be the kinds of people that we want to be on the planet. We are each unique. We are all individuals. But I think what makes us spiritual is this idea that we want to be the best people that we can be, and that we want to make the biggest difference that we can make. As always, my friends, I had so much fun doing this video for you. If you really enjoyed it, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and to share it with your friends and your family, anyone that can really benefit from this work. If you haven't already subscribed to this YouTube channel, don't forget to go ahead and do that. And until we are together again, don't you forget that we are in this together. Mwah.